We begin at 3 with a major milestone in the efforts to rebuild Pacific Palisades. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining us. I'm Annabelle Sedano. That milestone comes as tomorrow marks 1 year since the Palisades Fire decimated the community. According to LA Mayor Karen Bass's office, more than 400 projects are confirmed to have started construction in Pacific Palisades, and 2 certificates of occupancy for single-family homes have been issued. The mayor's office says more than 1,400 permits have been issued and more than 1,700 rebuilding plans have been approved. It's a major step toward rebuilding. We have live team coverage today as we reflect on the past year of recovery for both the Palisades and Eaton fires. Jonathan Gonzalez has a preview of a concert that will benefit victims of the Eaton fire. But first, let's go to Alex Rozier and the LAFD Chief's new comments today about lessons learned from the Palisades fire. Alex.
First, I'll tell you, Annabelle, that the chief did not take any questions from journalists today, but he said that there were significant shortcomings in the department's response to both the Palisades and Lockman fires. He says that firefighters are not to blame. He says that it came down to leadership decisions and systems that were in place that led to multiple failures. 1 year after the Lockman and Palisades fires, LAFD Chief Jaime Moore shared this message with the community.
The people of Los Angeles deserve honesty, accountability, and a fire department that learns from every incident.
The chief started by talking about the Lockman fire, which investigators say reignited days later and led to the Palisades fire. Chief Moore says at the time, the department thought the Lockman fire was out.
At the time, fire companies were directed to pick up hose. The department genuinely believed the fire was fully extinguished. That was based on the information, conditions, and procedures in place at that moment. As a result, we've already changed our mop-up procedures, and we've formally incorporated the use of drone technology to enhance post-suppression verification, situational awareness, and detection of residual heat.
Chief Moore says the fires exposed staffing challenges and more issues due to the placement of resources.
We cannot continue to rely on a system that is stretched thin on its best day and overwhelmed on its worst.
And he acknowledged that the Palisades Fire After Action report was edited multiple times to make LAFD's leaders look better.
It is now clear that multiple drafts were edited to soften language and reduce explicit criticism of department leadership in that final report. This editing occurred prior to my appointment as fire chief, and I can assure you that nothing of this sort will ever again happen while I am fire chief.
Since the fires, the chief says the department's made several improvements, including changes to dispatch and pre-deployment procedure. But the fire union says the biggest issue hasn't been addressed: staffing.
We need more members, more staffing. We need more fire stations, and we need more engines, trucks, tools, and equipment, and that's what's going to make our department successful.
The fire union UFLAG says that LAFD right now has about the same staffing today that they did in the 1960s. Talking about 3,400 members. They should have about 7,000 in their view. That's why UFLAG is trying to get a ballot on the November election, adding some more funding for the department. But when asked today if the response would be any different if another Palisades fire picked up today, UFLAG's vice president said no. They need more people.